Existing users of iView Media Pro and Expression Media will find some real benefit by upgrading to Phase 1 Media Pro, particularly in the fact that you can create much larger catalogs in terms of catalog size than those older versions allowed. This movie outlines the process for upgrading your older catalogs as you move to Phase 1 Media Pro. This is a general movie for all iView and Expression Media users. If you also happen to be a user of Capture One software to work on your RAW files, there's another movie you'll want to look at as well that describes the integration between these two programs. I suggest that this process begin by gathering all of the existing catalogs together and creating a comprehensive directory of those. I've got a folder called Catalogs in my working folder, and if you've got one single master catalog, that can go in a folder called Master Catalogs. If you have multiple master catalogs, all of those can go in here as well. And then any project catalogs that you believe might still be useful to you ought to also be gathered together. This is really helpful to do at this step because these catalogs are essentially going to get decommissioned, so we'll want to have them all together and be able to archive them off in their current form as we move to the new software and the new workflow. I suggest that you put all of your Expression Media catalogs in a parent folder called Expression Media Catalogs and make new folders where you're going to save the new Phase 1 Media Pro catalogs. Now let's open and convert. After you've downloaded and installed the software, you can launch it and you'll get this screen coming up. This gives you the option to either run it in demo mode for about a month or to activate the software using a license code that you purchased from Phase 1. In the demo mode, you get an absolutely fully functional version of Media Pro. It's just that the software won't launch after the trial has expired. Let's go ahead and run this in demo mode and open up a catalog. Once the software is launched, I can find a catalog in a couple of different ways. I can open a catalog here and navigate to my working folder, catalog folder, in this case, as we saw, my Expression Media catalogs, and let's open the master catalog. You can also click and drag one of the Expression Media catalogs onto the Media Pro icon and let it go. This warning comes up right away, and it tells me that this is not a Media Pro catalog, and I need to save it as a different format catalog. It's an entirely different format, although, as you can see, the interface works in much the same way, and all of the information we've created in Expression Media or iView continues to be there, but we need to save as a new file type. I'm going to hit OK and do that saving immediately. Note that we're using the Save As command here. Let's go find the new folder for the master catalog. I'm going to save it with the same name. Just hit OK and go, and it's going to save. At this point, I suggest that you close this catalog and work through the rest of the catalogs that you wish to upgrade. At the end of the process, you'd get something that looks like this: a folder full of Expression Media catalogs and an identically structured set of folders of Media Pro catalogs. At this point, the Expression Media catalogs can be archived, and I'd suggest that they need to be saved out somewhere, possibly to DVD or Blu-ray disc, possibly also to a hard drive. From this point on, all the work we'll be doing will be done to the Media Pro catalogs. Although we're essentially done with the upgrade process, there is one other procedure you might want to do right away. If you've built your thumbnails at a low quality or a small size, or not used embedded previews because you wanted to save space in the catalog because you were hitting that 1.8 gigabyte limit, this might be a great time to go ahead and select a bunch of images and set your thumbnail size to the largest size, build your thumbnails at least medium quality, and make the large previews at this point as well. You could, for instance, go into the rating panel and select your 4-star images and then command select 3 2-star images as well, or that's control select on the PC, and these are going to be the best images in the collection. I'll then do a command A or control A on PC to select all images, and now I can rebuild the thumbnails in the action menu. This is going to now create full screen previews as well as the 640 pixel medium quality thumbnails in the catalog. You may also wish to update your view options so that the look of your catalog matches this new Media Pro interface, and we'll cover that in a different movie on the user interface.